Happy Saturday, Texas, and welcome to the Connect Show. Of course, each week we are diving into it, talking about different business topics with women in business and female entrepreneurs who are leveling up. But first, good morning to my co-host, the amazing Wendy Morales and Michelle Hammond.
Hi. Good morning, Texas.
Yes.
Good morning. I'm so excited for the topic today. So we're kicking off the show talking about relationships. So ladies, have you ever heard of respectful cheating? What?
No. I have not heard of that. Apparently it's trending on social media as of last week, this term respectful cheating. So I don't know. Wendy, take it away. You have some more tips or information about it.
Yeah, I did hear about it on social media. And I mean, I think what I get from it or the topic about it is that it's not like you're giving your husband a hall pass, right?
Okay.
But if he was to step out or be unfaithful, should he be respectful about it? Like, for example, let's say no kids being made with the other person or no STDs and not letting your partner find out. So, Michelle, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'd like to hear what you think about this respectful cheating.
Well, I feel like the term in itself is contradictory because I don't believe that cheating can be respectful in any way. If you are married and you are in a situation where unfortunately someone is unfaithful, which I have friends this has happened to. I have friends who have fallen into this, and people make mistakes. So I think the greatest thing you can do in a situation like this is you can go to your partner and respect them, and the fact to tell them the truth, get counseling, seek that out together, really start setting boundaries, figure out the root of what is going on. Because like I was saying, I just don't believe that there's anything respectful about cheating. So encouraging you, if you are in that place, you're tempted to cheat, then go talk to your spouse, figure it out together, and find a solution. So I really think that would be the best option for everyone.
No, I think that's like great advice. And also, because my next question was, does your boyfriend or your husband, do they get points for coming clean? And you did mention that just now. And so you did say, I think the best thing they can do is, go to your significant other and let them know what's going on. And let's take it from there. Let's find what is causing, what brought us to this. So
I just like what both of you are saying. I was watching backstage. My internet is giving me trouble. But like you're saying, the time and your investment in your family. We talk about investing into your business, investing into the stock market, investing into your family. As we talked yesterday, Wendy, or last weekend, that's the biggest investment you can make. And it's like, are you going to fight for this, one-time offender, or are you going to throw it all away, depending on the situation? So it's tough. And especially when you bring, children into the mix and it's just more than you and just your husband. It's a lot. So yeah, so much, ladies. All right, we've got to go to break, but we are getting all the way into it. If you're just tuning in for the first time, you are watching the Connect Show Texas, and we have a packed show for you all today. So grab your coffee or your mimosa and a notepad, because we are diving into it when we return. Up next, Dr. Trenese Mcnealy. She is sharing with us how she helps mom have a healthy work-life balance. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Crush It with Christy. I am talking all about stripping away your titles and being the woman that you are. My name is Christy Primer, and I'm president of Primetime Consulting Services Incorporated. And my company provides services and products that empower, educate, and entertain women to step into more of who they are. As I wrote in my latest book, Confessions of a Self-Care Junkie, we as women tend to identify with the titles that we wear. And what I want to do is encourage you today to think of three words that represent you as the woman that you are. Not mom, not wifey, not lady boss or manager or whatever it might be, but 3 words that you can use to describe yourself. That is how you crush it in life and business, by being true to who you are.
This week's tech tip is going to be about one of the most common questions that we've been getting lately. And that is, what is the difference between your traditional cybersecurity posture and going with a zero trust posture or concept for our security? And so what I like to talk to my clients about is, with you go with a traditional posture, you want to think of that as like a castle on moat. Whereas when you have a zero trust philosophy, you're not just worried about the perimeter or what's external trying to get in. Once someone is able to swim across that moat, climb that castle wall, you have additional guards at the top. And basically, if they want to get into the inner sanctum, it's going to be even harder to get through. So the idea is not just about, okay, we're worried about the perimeter. The thought process is, okay, what happens when somebody does breach the perimeter? Now we want to make sure that the inner sanctum is safe and secure. It's definitely something to look at putting in place for your company and for your business.
Well, welcome back to the show. We are so excited to have our first guest. She's a doctor, so woo-woo, because that takes a lot of education and focus. Dr. Trenese Mcnealy, who is a CEO. Yes, girlfriend. You're an author. You're joining us to talk about the mom, work-life balance. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes. Well, Wendy, I think you're going to get things started today.
Yes, we really are so happy to have you here with us today. And like Natalie says, you do it all, and it's always such an important topic because mom guilt never goes away. So can you tell me what inspired you and how did you get started? I would love to hear that.
Okay, yeah. So I actually got started with my company, Dr. Trenese Mcnealy, LLC, after completing my doctoral program because it was a 4-year program for me. And during that program, I was in school full time. I was working full time. I had 2 kids at the time, and then I was pregnant with my 3rd. So throughout the whole process, I had so many people coming up to me, just asking me, how am I able to do it all? So what I did, I wrote a book. It's called Mommy's Goals versus Reality, Managing Schoolwork and Family. And I put all of the strategies that helped me to be successful throughout my doctoral program, where I could have continued to work and manage my home and do everything that I needed to do. And I also interviewed other mothers as well. There were about 30 moms that I interviewed and got their strategies as well and put it in the book. And after that, I launched my LLC and been going ever since.
Wow. Have you heard of this term, respectful cheating? And what are your thoughts on that? Because we do have a daddy somewhere, or a husband, when it comes to parents, there's a man involved. So what are your thoughts on respectful cheating?
I have not actually heard of the term respectful cheating, but my thoughts, cheating is cheating, regardless if it's respectful or not. So if you're in a relationship with someone and that person wants to cheat, or if you want to cheat, then you should not be in a relationship. That's just how I feel. I don't care if it's respectful or not. If they come to you and tell you about it, it's just still, we both just need to part ways. So that's how I feel about it.
Can you tell us a little bit more about this Mommy and Mimosa brunch that you're hosting? I love
Yes. Yes. So I'm having my virtual Mommies and Mimosas Mother's Day luncheon. On last year, due to the pandemic, I had to cancel the in-person event, but I wanted to host the event virtually on this year because I didn't want another year to go by without having this event. So I'm doing, this virtual event will have the opportunities for mothers to come together. It's an women empowerment event for moms. The guest speaker for the event is Hazel E. So she will be the VIP guest speaker. General admission for the event is free for those who would like to attend the VIP segment with Hazel E., what I'm doing, because actually my birthday is this week, so I am offering a discount. Right now the ticket price is $50. So for my birthday, it's going to be $5.
Wow.
$5 for the VIP ticket. And with that ticket, moms will have the opportunity to participate in our best dress photo contest that we're having. And with that contest, a mom can win $500. So that's the great thing for that event. And we have other great entertainment as well for our general admission. We have poet Hank Stewart. We have Trinetta Love of T-Stars Entertainment, who's the MC for the event. We have Jake Lake. She's also known as Indescribable on Instagram and on various social media accounts. So she's our red carpet host, and we have the Stephen Charles Band, who's going to bring jazz entertainment for the moms, and also the Sean Sings, who's going to provide R&B entertainment as well. So it's going to be a great event for moms. So if you want to attend, moms, go ahead. The tickets are available on eventbrite.com, where you can purchase the free general admission ticket or the VIP ticket for $5 on today.
Dr. Trenese, having you on today. It's what a good conversation. We're going to keep going with the best at your event.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure being on.
Please tell our audience where they can find you, Dr. Trenese.
Yes, so you can find me on all social media at dr.Trenese Mcnealy, or you can go to my website, www.drtrenesemcnealy.com.
All right. Well, coming up next, man, what a way to get things started on your Saturday. We have Julia McCoy, aka the Content Hacker. Don't turn the channel. Me and Bubba will be right back with much more.
Welcome to this week's Minute with Marcy. Today I want to talk to you guys about your skincare routine and how important it is to care for the skin that you're in. We only get one, guys, and so we have to take care of it. I tell my patients to think of their skin the way they do their teeth. You know, it's important that we brush our teeth twice a day at home and that we do it thoroughly, but also we check in with our dentist for that routine checkup and those bigger procedures. You know, your face is no different. It's important that you're brushing your teeth at home by using an AM and PM skincare routine that is customized for your skincare needs as well as your lifestyle. If you are not sure what you should be using at home, you can come to MC Aesthetics Tuesday through Friday without an appointment. Just walk in and we will fix you up for all of your skincare needs. See you next week for another Minute with Marcy.
Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to talk about leveling up when it comes to selling your home. One way you can level up is you hire a top agent. But buying is an emotional experience. The minute a buyer comes to your house and parks in front of it, they start falling in love, or not. So before we put your product on the market, drive around the neighborhood. Look at the yards. Look at the front doors. Does your home look the best that it possibly can look? And when they get inside, it should be clean, smell nice, maybe have some music playing. If you need to replace a few light fixtures, do that before we even put it on the market. Those things typically aren't expensive, but they make a huge impact. If we do all of this, then it's almost guaranteed that they're gonna fall in love while they look at your house and make you an offer. And that's the goal, right? To sell your house in the best possible time frame at the best possible price. I think we can do it. See you next week.
Welcome back to the Connect Show, Texas. So good today, and I'm thrilled for our next guest. We have, she likes to call herself the Content Hacker. You'll find out why. Julia McCoy, good morning.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here with you, Natalie and the ladies.
Hi, good morning, Julia. So nowadays we all know everything is digital, right? And with all these social media platforms, content is absolutely everything. So
Yes.
share with me, I'd love to hear how you got started or how you got your foot in the door with this.
Yes. So I was 19 years old and I was going to college for a degree that I wouldn't have been good at. And one day I just started Googling what I love to do, and it was writing. So I Googled this term, how to write for a living. And I just kept studying that. And within 3 months, I had built a income stream that I was able to go into full time that replaced, like it was double what my parents were making every month. So I was
Wow.
like, okay, this is viable income. And it was
Mhm.
just a lot of hard work and a lot of Googling and following that path to discover how do I make a living doing this. And that was 2011. And content has evolved so
Wow.
much. You know, I thought it was like just some fly by night industry, and it's really not, as we
Mhm.
all know.
That's fascinating.
Wow, that is so interesting. And I love that in 3 months, you like from a Google,
Yeah.
just you type it in Google, hey, you know, how do I make money doing this? And then in 3 months, you're making more than your parents. That is like a miracle working power, girl.
Yeah.
That is
Thanks.
incredible. Congratulations. And another thing, like that is, I love that you're doing that. But another thing that you share about yourself is that you are a cult survivor. Can you please tell us how you got out of that, the journey that you went through?
Yes, from content to a cult survivor.
Yeah, lots of transitioning.
I mean, you can't not go there. So
Right.
I grew up in a fundamentalist cult. If you
Mm.
guys watching or any of you have ever watched The Handmaid's Tale, that was what I grew up in. So I grew up in fundamentalism, and it was every bit as bad and terrible and horrible as you can imagine. It was physical abuse. There was 5 different types of abuse. And I grew up in that, not knowing that it was abuse. And then at 21 years old, I realized I am going to be locked up in this the rest of my life. Like there was no way out. I was the granddaughter of the founder, meant to carry on the line. And at 21, I was like, okay, I can make a living writing. I'm already making money. I think I can escape. And I made that decision to escape when I was 21, made a plan, bought a car with cash, and I got out in the middle of the night that September
Wow.
of 2012.
Girl. Wow.
That is,
Julia, like
yeah.
you're my new hero. You're my new hero. I just
Incredible.
You're kind.
That is such an inspiring story. And like the girl said, thank you so much for sharing that with us, because
Yes.
I don't know that I'd be able to do that, and
It took years for me to be able to do that.
it doesn't even seem like something like this could actually happen. Something like that would happen in the world, so it's really inspiring to hear your story and how you turned it around and made it something good.
Thanks.
And so going back to content, sorry, going back and forth, but back to content. Let's talk about building our YouTube channel. You say there's a specific way of doing it. Could you tell us how we go about this?
Yes. So everything I've done in content, I've adapted a strategy to it. I've been doing it for 10 years. The first 5 years, I would pick a platform, whether it was TikTok, Reels, YouTube, and I would throw content at the wall and see what stuck. Well, you'll lose a lot of money and time that way. So I found that a strategy really gets you a lot further. And on YouTube, specifically, what's working right now is if you're utilizing your cover art section and you're speaking to your ideal audience. So for me, I'm a content hacker, but what does that actually mean? Well, that means you can build your brand through content. And that's what I say very clearly in the cover art. So like use your profile sections on YouTube to speak to who you serve and what you do. And the people that subscribe are going to be much more likely to become prospects down the road. And that's that strategic pathway that you want to do and apply like every time you do content. Don't just put content out there, but take a step back and ask yourself, are you putting out the right message that will pull in the person who will eventually buy from you?
Julia, I see it. I can see it. I see you need to be on a big stage. I see lots of people. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. The stage, lots of people, inspiration, excellence. You've got it all. And I'm so blessed that you were on the Connect Show today. Thank you.
Thank you. This was an honor.
Please tell our viewers, how they can connect with you.
Yes. So contenthacker.com, that is where I blog, contenthacker.com/blog. It gets you right there. All the juiciness that we started talking about with YouTube strategy. And then on Instagram, I'm at Femme Entrepreneur, Twitter, Julia E. McCoy, and on Facebook, I'm Julia McCoy as well. And those are kind of my 3 favorite platforms. I'm trying out TikTok. Not a huge fan yet. Maybe it'll take more time.
Julia, it was so nice again having you with us today. And now we will take a break and be right back.
Thank you.
You are at the table with Tommy Vincent, where there's always a seat reserved with your name on it. Hopefully, you spent last week submerging yourself in last week's affirmation, I will love all of me. This week's affirmation from the You Will, and that's YOUWILL, is I will be patient with me. Yes, patience is essential to becoming your most authentic self. If we're not careful, the words that we speak over our lives, they will have a negative impact on our growth and development. So tune into your words. That is your heart work for this week. I want you to be present in the moment, be patient with yourself, and listen to what you're saying to yourself. Is it negative or is it positive? On the very first episode of Stay a While podcast, my husband, Troy Vincent, and I took a seat at the table, and we talked about through the fire, exhibiting faith through every season. This was my story, y'all. I was not patient with who I was and who I was becoming. And so there was a lot of negative stinking thinking. And so I was able to transform those words around and change them into positive thinking. And it allowed for me to become the woman that I am today. So please do your heart work. Tune into your words so that you are patient with you. Remember, I will be patient with me. That is your heart work for this week. And make sure you're tuning into our lives on Instagram on page at Stay a While Show so that you can continue to receive this soul food so that it nourishes you and continues to help you to grow. And tune into the Stay a While podcast.
Welcome back. Well, the inspiration continues on your Saturday, and we are checking in with the Jessica Campos this morning. She teaches women all across Austin and Texas how to achieve social greatness, right? You're at home, you're like, I'm ready to level up. So Jess, this morning, come on in here, girlfriend. Good, yes! Yes, I love it. We're looking for tips today. How do we achieve greatness? What can we do?
Yes. So here's the deal. I feel like the first step is defining what is greatness. In my opinion, greatness is when you succeed under circumstances where 99% of people would have failed. That's your greatness. That's your story. How about starting with that? If they can own that space and they can recognize, wow, that's my greatness. And the tips can go really quickly. I would say, ladies and everybody that is watching, the first step is believing that. I feel like it sounds easier than what it is, right? Because it's, something that you have to embrace that. And for many, many, many times when you fail and you might be stepping into your greatness, that failure seems so painful. But owning that failure and recognizing that those were just the stepping stones. And when you come from that place and you own that, you actually turn into a vulnerable person. And you want me to share when it comes to social media, that is your vulnerability card. Be real, own your greatness, but come from that place of humbleness when you're like, you know what, I didn't even think that this was possible, and I did it, and I did it anyway, right? So that is your greatness story.
How can people find you, Jessica?
Yeah, so best way is Instagram, Coach Jessica Campos. You're gonna see there my tips on greatness, my tips on marketing. I'm a mom of four, so I love sharing the real deal of building a business online and reinventing your life. I feel like it's so important to showcase a real life where people can feel that they have a safe place, and that's what my channel is about.
I love it, Jessica. Well, we have a treat for everybody before we go today, and that is Dr. Brookie Stubbs. Hey, Dr. Brookie. We can't talk about achieving greatness without learning more ways to stay fit, right? That's greatness. Being healthy. You are the owner of Rooted Femme, and you join us each week with tips on how to just, encourage a plant-based lifestyle for, those that haven't tried it before. What tips do you have for us to get healthy today?
Right. So thank you for having me again. I love being here with you girls. So it's not just about changing all the way to a plant-based diet. You can do so much for yourself if you just start to transition to get more fruits and vegetables into your diet. And of course, diet isn't everything. You also have to focus on taking care of yourself in the gym and getting a good cardio workout. And then you got to work on your loving, supportive relationships, because those really carry us through. People with better supportive relationships do well in their health journey. And manage your stress. It's a huge one. You have to manage your stress too.
You are right. You talked about not only is a healthy diet important, but also working out, getting to the gym, which Wendy does all the time. She has freedom and flexibility in her life. My gym's the garage or with all my kids, so it's crazy. Let's talk about managing stress. What tips do you have for us there?
Right. So everybody has stress. Nobody's exempt from stress. Of course, in the days of famine and when we had to be hunters and gatherers, our stress was to get us away from predators. So now we've maladapted it to like our social lives or our work lives or our school lives. And so it's really important to identify those small stressors that keep us constantly in that heightened state throughout our day. That's going to raise your cortisol. It's going to start unraveling your DNA, cause aging. If you can identify it, name it, tell yourself what the negative thought is associated with it. And then the thought feeling, like if I have anxiety, but then I physically feel tension in my neck, you can start to neutralize that through some tactics, either breathing or relaxation, meditation. And once you get there, you can start transitioning that negative thought into a positive thought and understand why you're stressing in the first place.
We are so happy to be with you on this Saturday. And of course, we'll catch you next week.
Yes, we hope you enjoyed this show. If you have missed any episodes, you can binge watch them Netflix style or check us out on YouTube on Natalie's Network. You're not going to miss the show.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. But we got to figure out, Brookie, how do people find you? How can we find you?
Yeah, you can sign up at rootedfemme.com or you can follow me on Instagram, Brookie Stubbs MD.
I follow you and I love it too. And join our amazing networking membership at theconnectonline.com. Bye.